The problem I need to sort out here is that the scuttle cover is broken, which obviously means water can come in. So here we have the new part, which isn't particularly expensive. It was about £30 as a genuine VW brand new part. You can see the holes for the wiper arms to go through, and clips at the front, and then the rubber trim strip goes along there. First step is to remove the wiper arms, and it helps with a little flat-headed screwdriver to lift off the cap. You just prise that off and you get access to the nut. So that's the 13mm nut. You need to use a spanner to remove that, and then the next stage is to use what's called a gear puller, which will pull the wiper arm off the spindle. You can use something like a screwdriver, but you've got much more likelihood of both damaging the car and the wiper arm. Something like this is a fairly cheap tool that's designed to do the job. So using a 13mm spanner, you just undo the nut and put that into the pot with the other parts. You can now put the puller on to be able to lift this off the spindle. And what I've done is put some WD-40 on as well to help try and free up the arm. So the tool to remove the wiper arm is a gear puller. A set of 3 of these was around £18, and this clamps on top, and you then use a socket to tighten it, which pulls the wiper arm off the spindle. Now when you tighten the bolt at the top, it will force push onto the spindle, while the claws are pulling the wiper arm upwards. In order to lift, the wiper arm is lifting up. You keep turning, eventually the wiper arm will lift off, and you can see the spindle that it would normally sit on. And now we have one wiper arm removed. Just need to do the same thing with the other. At this point, what you also need to do is to mark which wiper is which. So now we have both of the wiper arms removed. The next stage is to lift up the rubber trim and then remove these clips. And again, put the clips into box with the other parts, so you have everything kept for safekeeping. You'll now see that this lifts up, and it's just a case of removing it from the edge of the windscreen. So in order to get the remaining part out, you need to access it from the other side. There's a small piece of rubber trim that you just need to lift in order to remove this edge, and then once that's out, it should just be a case of gradually working your way around, removing this from the edge of the windscreen, which is quite a tight fit. Just be very careful as you lift it so that you don't damage the bottom of the windscreen, and work your way around, and that will then lift out. What I've found is it's much easier to actually remove the hose that goes up into the washer jets. Remove that, and then you can remove the clip more easily. This has been released from along the edge of the windscreen, and you just need to lift it over. So this is the rear of the clip, and by pushing the two sides together you can push that out a lot more easily, which isn't very straightforward to do when it's actually on the car. So I'm just hoovering round to get any bits of debris out. It's worth just running a screwdriver around the channel, very thin screwdriver, just to clean out any debris, particularly at the end here where you can see quite a bit of debris that comes down the roof gutters can collect. Slowly, carefully clipping it in all the way around the front of the windscreen, but it's a very slow job just to make sure that it's clipped in properly. Just pushes in, clips in, feed that all the way around, and we can then put the wiper blades back on. So next stage is to replace the clips, and they just push back on. Again, that just clips on, pushes on top. Now refitting is just the reverse of what we've done to take the wipers off. If you did end up confusing which wiper was which, the one on the in the UK anyway, the one on the left hand driver's side has got a longer piece before it flexes, and on the passenger side the piece is slightly shorter, so that will help distinguish between the blades if you need to. Once you fitted the wipers on, I actually used the markings on the windscreen to actually work out the angle for the blades to go on, but you can also tell that this needs to be parallel here. Put the nut on and then tighten that back up. So clips now in place. All the 3 clips are on at the front. The wiper blades are on, the wiper arms are on with the caps, so everything is now finished.